Hello, Terry. So I wanted to tailor your video here this week from the tutor book, and basically you're starting on page 20, doing a scale from the bottom up and back down, and I'm just taking care to do it, slowly and carefully, being mindful of straight fingers and keeping the B fingers fingering properly. So what I wanted to do is add a little bit to that and ask you to do it with a metronome. So that would be, I think it's just good to kind of keep yourself playing it at a regular spacing. This metronome I have set at 40 beats per minute. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, it's going to give us a nice tempo, nothing too fast. And we're going to play the scale together, starting with low G. Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2. So nothing too fancy, but it does kind of keep it real with regard to the tempo. The next page is allowing us to get into grace notes, and I kind of like the way this introduces the grace notes. It introduces the G grace note, the D grace note, the E grace note, which you'll get in triplets, of course. And then the next page allows you to play some essentially triplets. And so go ahead and have a little bit of fun with this. Just reminding you that you're going to want to keep them even, fingers straight. The first exercise actually does them on low G, which is a little tricky. And what I always want you to remind people of is that when you start a grace note, the G finger starts up in the air. Now we're landing on G, so I'm going to have this down. All right, and the first sound you hear out of the chanter is that G grace note. All right, you can do the same thing with low A. First, you're in the low A position. The first sound you're going to hear out of the chanter is the G grace note. Oops, got to line it up. So, and you do the same thing with B, right? So we're in the B position. That takes you to the bottom of page 22 in the book. And then the next part is the change of note with a grace note. So that's basically going, from one note to another with a G grace note in between. And this is really where we're headed for next week. But if you're feeling ready, basically you want to be able to do a scale with G grace notes going up the scale. So the first note you're going to hear is the G. And here's my fingers in the low G position. So that might be more than you need for this week, but that'll keep it real for a while. And always remember keeping the sole of the chanter on a surface, checking your fingers. You already know all this. That's it. See you next week.